everybody, that car guy Eddie here, and I am actually here with a vehicle review. Look at this, a Tesla, a Model X, $100,000 car. Still just a car. Well, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. Hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a nice, decent review of this amazing vehicle. I'm out here in sunny, bright South San Francisco, and I got the opportunity to drive this thing, so I thought I would bring you guys my little impressions and reviews on it, coming from a car person. I'll tell you, one of the things with Tesla that people say right off the bat is, oh, it's not a real car and it doesn't sound good, and you know, I'd rather have this or I'd rather have that than a Tesla. And trust me, I said all that same stuff, and then I drove it, and it kind of blew my pants off, literally. Like, I hope that this is a female because I was pantsless, no pants. Okay, so first of all, let me start by telling you what we got here. Let's see here, the thing. This is a Model X. This is a P85, which effectively P80, P70.
90D.
P90D, okay, which basically I have no idea what the hell any of that means, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I will tell you that this is all-wheel drive. The Model X's do come all-wheel drive, and most of the equipment that you're gonna see on this when I show it to you is standard. The big question is it worth $100,000? And that's to be determined. The first thing I want to show you guys is this really cool little key here. If you look, it's in one of these car condom things, but if I take off the car condom here, it's actually really cool. It's a little Model X Tesla. How cool is that? Okay, it's the little things that kind of make this car different and make it worth a little bit of money. Now, what I mean by that is this car is actually going to be in the upper echelon of, you know, 5 Series BMWs. It's going to be 7 Series BMWs. It's going to be up there with the CLK Mercedes. But let's take a look at the car. So first things first, without my little condom, let's go ahead and open it. Let's see here if we can make it work here. Okay, I'm not good without the condom, so we're gonna put the condom back on it here. Hang on a second. See, the condom has the buttons where you, oh, okay, see, I was pushing the hood latch. Here we go. Yeah, see, I'm learning how to do this, okay? Then if you have the ladies, you could be like, what's up, ladies? Yeah. And then when you have the kids, you could be like, get in for soccer practice. And then when you have the other kids, you could be like, yeah. So let me first start by talking about aesthetics. First of all, that is cool. I don't care who you are. That's really cool. Now, I'm a big DeLorean fan, okay? And I'll probably never have a chance to drive a DeLorean, but if you happen to have one and you wouldn't let me review it, or at least just drive it down the street, I just want to ride in it. That's all I want to do. I just want to ride in it. You let me know. I'll be very excited to do that to help me fulfill my prophecy of driving a DeLorean. Anyways, back to the review. So you gotta admit, that is pretty cool. I don't know of any other car that you can actually walk up to and just get the wow factor like this thing does. I mean, there are a lot of other cars that are in the upper echelon of $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 that you look at and you go, not quite as cool as that. So let's go ahead and walk around to the interior and I'll show you their inside. All right, so first of all, here in the cockpit of the car, I want to tell you that it is a 6-seater. Basically, you have your 2 front seats, you have your 2 rear seats, and they have 2 seats all the way in the back. I will tell you, I'm about 6'2" and 280 pounds. I fit in the back, kind of. Here's what I mean by that. I fit in the back if I wanted to drive somewhere short, or if I wanted to show somebody the car, I would probably ride back there. But if you're trying to get anybody over there that's over about 5'10", 150 pounds, they're not going to be too comfortable. For me, if this was my vehicle, that's where my kids would be. The further away, the better. As far as up front here, you have these nice kind of supportive racing seats that you have going on. I really like them. You know, they're buckets, they're individual buckets, and you know, they really kind of hug you. And I'm a big dude, you know, and I don't feel oversized in this car that I do in a lot of other vehicles. Moving right over here to the infotainment center, this is actually a pretty neat thing that you have here, and this is the infotainment center of the car. This is where all your controls are actually going to be had. So we're going to go ahead and just back out of this. And right now we actually do have, we're going to turn this down so we don't get any copyright infringements here. There we go. Right now, what we have it on is we do have it on the map, and you can actually swipe this down and actually just get to the map itself. The map is really intuitive. One thing that I always worry about when I see touchscreens in cars is I worry about this. the fluidness of the screen itself. What's really cool is it's really easy to just kind of make do what you want it to do. It's pretty neat. There's no tactile buttons on it, which a lot of people are going to get upset, but I mean, if you look down at what you're doing, you can actually see that it does quite a bit of things. You know, your HVAC controls are here. Like I said, no touch buttons is kind of the way of the future, but I'll tell you, the responsiveness is actually really, really, really good. So I dig this a lot. The stereo system in this thing is absolutely amazing. It does have quite a few speakers in it, but that's kind of as far as norm these days. I do want to tell you what it feels like sitting in the car. So sitting in the car, you have a very premium feeling. What I mean by that is everywhere you touch is leather or it's Alcantara. I mean, the top is Alcantara, here's Alcantara, the top, or this is leather, this is leather, this is leather. The car feels very, very, very luxurious. I don't know of a car that feels this new, I guess you can say. It does a lot of really cool things. What I mean by that is, you know, you have a lot of technology here. You have a lot of things that haven't been done before, like these door close handles. This is a nice aluminum up top here, and there's no parts bin, I guess you can say. This doesn't feel like anything else I've ever sat in, which is really neat. Another thing that's pretty cool is I want to draw your attention to this forever windshield that we have here. If you were a child in the 90s, you may remember the Chevy Lumina. It had a similar huge rake to this. Normally, I would think, oh, you're in a greenhouse, you're going to be smoking hot, but the top of this, they do a really good job at tinting it and fading it down so that it gives you a big open air feeling. You don't even miss not having a sunroof because, of course, there's no sunroof in this car. So I think that Tesla did a really good job at bringing this up and saying, hey, look, we want to give you the opportunity to feel like you have a sunroof but not have a sunroof. This is pretty neat. These are going to be your sun visors, and the way that these hook up is pretty ingenious. You see they kind of wobble, but when they go over here, there's actually a magnetic stick that kind of pops out that holds them in place. And if you come over here to the front, it does the same thing, and it clicks in place. So it gives you that sun visor, and if you're short, you know, you can flip the sun visor down if you need that as well. One little gripe that I do have from driving it is going to be this little mirror that you have here. It looks very clean. It gives you a wide field of view, but as far as behind you, it doesn't really do a whole lot for you. The side mirrors are really good. And other than that, I just think that it's a premium car, you know? Is it worth $100K? If you drove it, you would say yes, all day long. What I'd like to do is I'd like to show you a little bit of the storage because that's actually pretty neat. So let's go and jump out of the car here. We're gonna walk around up front. Now there are several cool ways to get in and out of this car. Obviously the key, but Tesla does have a really cool app as well. However, an insider Tesla mechanic that I may or may not know, he actually told me that the downfall if you use your phone is if you don't have cell reception, you can't get in your car or start it. So if you drive somewhere, like for instance, I was up in the coast of Northern California, I had no cell reception. If I didn't have the key to the car and I walked up thinking my cell phone was gonna lock it, it wouldn't work. I would have to get the car towed somewhere where there's reception so I could open the car door and start the car. This is a frunk. It's actually pretty big. I mean, I could probably climb in it if I really wanted to. And just to see how big it is, let's see if I can climb in this. Oh God, okay, I can't fit in that, but I might be able to fit in the back. So let's go ahead and close this. Let's go look at the back. So another couple cool things about Tesla that they do different than everybody else. Oh God, I love the doors. Oh, I love the doors. Cool thing that they do different than everybody else is they have a nice shape to the car, you know? At the end of the day, this is like a minivan, you know? This is a Tesla minivan. But if you come over here, you actually have quite a bit of space because at the end of the day, it is still a hatchback. So you have a couple different ways that you can, aha, yes. Are they powered?
Push forward.
Ooh, okay, here we go. I don't know how to operate this thing yet. But it's pretty cool. You can actually see there's quite a bit of room down here. You have some of my used rags from the massage parlor that I went to the other day. But I can tell you that the car gives a lot of bang for its buck and a lot of technology. Let's go ahead and get in it and just drive it for a second, and we'll see if I can show you kind of what it's all about. So let's go ahead and close it all up here. So cool, let's get in. All right, so to get in the car, when you get in, the car is ready to go. All you do is shut the door with your car in it. You take the keys, put the keys wherever you like, you put your foot on the brake, and you just put it in gear. Now, the one odd thing is the gear. What I mean by that is it doesn't have like a gear knob or a gear shift or anything like that. Really what it has is it has this little basic thing that you come down and you go reverse drive. Here, let me see the camera filmer. All right, so here's your cockpit view right here. And this knob here is actually how you get it into reverse. And then you push it and it'll go into park. And then of course the doors, you have all the power options here. So if you wanted to open anything, you know, you could press that and it'll actually give you the animation of the door opening as the door opens behind you, which is really, really cool. I mean, at the end of the day, it's no different than a minivan with a sliding door, but this one opens up, which I super dig. All right, so let's go ahead and take this thing here and let's go ahead and pop it down into drive. Now the car is on. It's got automatic parking brakes on it, everything like that. Let's see if we could give us a little bit of air here without it getting too overly windy in this cabin. And let's go ahead and go. Now, one really nice thing that I like about the Tesla is how quiet it is. One of the things that I try to tell everybody is that, oh, I'm not gonna like it because it's not gonna be quiet, or it's not gonna be loud enough, and it's not gonna give me any type of, feel of power and stuff like that. And that doesn't matter. There's almost an electronic whine to it that really kind of shows you what you're gonna do. I'm gonna see if we can get a little straightaway here and kind of give it the gravy here. So we're gonna test out the couple of things. All right, here we go. See if we can kind of give it a little something. I don't think you understand how fast that is. I don't think you understand what it is. And let me tell you why I don't think you understand what it is. And I'll tell you why I think the Tesla is so fast. The reason that I think the Tesla is so fast is because the Tesla only has one gear. That's right, it is one speed. Now, back to that mechanic I was talking to. He told me that Tesla actually attempted to have 2 speeds. I'm lost in the parking garage. I am lost. This is a great review in the parking garage, isn't it? So, Tesla had 2 speeds. However, they kept breaking the gears when it would shift because of so much torque from the electronic motor. So what ended up happening is they just had 1 speed. Now, what's great about that is it's 1 gear, there's no shift points, it's not CVT or anything like that. It's literally 1 gear. And what that does for you is it gives you this unbelievable sense of acceleration. Now, if I had a car and if I put a 1-speed gearbox in anything fast, if I took a Hellcat and I put a 1-speed gearbox in it, it would probably be pretty darn quick as well because you're not having to shift, it's instant power. The problem is with all of that is that you actually have, because it's a gasoline motor and it can only rev so much before it starts making power, that's why CVTs come into play. The electronic motor that you have in this, it's just maximum torque all the time. It's on, off, or however you want to use the gas pedal. I will tell you that driving it feels like a normal car. It really does. All the Teslas, because we're actually at a supercharging station, it feels like a normal car. It does have regenerative braking, so if you've ever driven a Prius or a C-Max or anything like that, I will tell you that it does have that brake feel when you let off the gas. What'll end up happening is you'll actually utilize the brakes a little bit, and like I said, it's doing that because it's recharging. So just setting off here, it's not anything different, like I said, than any other car. I mean, it's nice, it's quiet. Man, is it quiet. You know, and that's one thing that I keep coming back to is how quiet the car is. A luxury car should be like this. It should be very fast when you want it to be, but for the majority of the time, you're gonna want it quiet and not having to deal with it. So one thing I do want to show you in this review here is I do want to show you the Autopilot. Now the Autopilot, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it scares me. I have a Durango. I have a 17 Durango, and the Durango actually has adaptive cruise control, which basically keeps you in the lanes. It's like lane keep assist, but it's not, you know, real lane keep assist. It's not auto driving. It's not autonomous driving like this thing actually is. This thing has so many sensors and cameras on it. The car knows what's around it more than I do. I don't know if you can see here on the dash, you can actually look down here, you can see the cars around me. You see I'm the red Tesla in the middle, and then you see all the cars around me, and that's the guidance effectively, keeping an eye on what's going on. So let's see if we can get on the freeway here and turn on auto driving. I've only used auto driving a couple of times, and the first time I did it, it made me freak out. Like, I was not comfortable with it at all. I don't, and it might come from the old school mentality of I like to drive my cars, not necessarily have them drive for you. But I will tell you, in the essence of luxury, why you want to use luxury cars and stuff, I understand why self-driving cars are really freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and make a right here. And we're going to go ahead and get up to speed and see if we can't kick on self-driving mode. Now, I was told this is really cool, so let's get up going here. 36, 37, 38. Okay, here we go. Self-driving. Okay, please keep hands on the wheel. Be prepared to take over at any time. Okay, so 40 miles an hour, and the car is driving itself. Okay, it knows that we have cars coming up. I don't know if it knows it has a green. Oh my God, it's turning. I'm turning! It's turning! Oh, okay. Okay. Now we have a red light. The car's stopping. The car's stopping violently, but it's stopping. Okay. It's keeping me in the lane. It's doing a pretty good job, you know? I'll tell you, most cars that have lane keep assist, one thing that I don't like about it is it almost feels like a video game. Like if you ever play Super Mario Kart and you're driving, you just let off the stick and kind of bounce from wall to wall. That's kind of what it feels like. But I'll tell you, the Tesla really feels like it knows what it's doing. I'm sitting here and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 cars in front of me. One just pulled up to the right of me. And if you look over here on my screen, it knows that, oh, it's taking off again. Okay. This is not. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay. Now we're at 41. I have the cruise control set to 41. This is like draw. Oh, the curve is right there. The curve is right there. Okay. This is okay. Hands on the wheel. Okay, hands off the wheel. So it won't let you just like read a book and plow into the back of someone. It's gonna want you to touch the wheel here and there. But it's doing a really good job at sensing this curve. Okay, here we go. What's it gonna do? It's gonna turn. There's no. So it's gotta sense the lines. That's all I could think about. Oh God, we're stopping again. Aggressively, it's stopping aggressively. Okay, we're good. Self-driving, don't mind me. Cooler than you are. I'm gonna put my hands back on the wheel just so it doesn't get mad at me. It's cool. It's so cool. Like, it's fast. I mean, it's like motorcycle fast. People understand the rush, the accelerate like that. It is like motorcycle fast. Now, is it unattainable? At $100,000, for a lot of people, it's very unattainable. But I was told by my very reputable source that the Model 3 is almost just as good. Okay, green light again here. Let's see what it's gonna do. Okay. Oh, snap. So if I turn my turn signal, it'll change lanes too, right? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna do it. We're just gonna keep doing this because I really apply light force to the steering wheel. Is that what you want? There we go. Okay. So this is okay. Just relax, chillin'. Okay, apply light force to the steering wheel. Is that what you want? Okay, it's cool. Don't mind me. I'm just cruising along, self-driving here. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I mean, any car can self-drive. Okay, no, not really, but this is probably what you guys wanted to see. The car driving itself, which, man, what an experience. It's amazing how far cars have come, you know. I look at a 2000, anything, It is not even close to what this thing is. Not even close. The technology in this, the screens, the quality of the components, everything is so nice. Everything is so nice. Everything. It's like, I'll give you an example. My Fusion cost $48,000. Is this worth twice as much? Hell yes. Totally worth that much. If I had 100 grand, I would, well, I don't know if I would buy this. I mean, maybe I would. Maybe I'd buy the one with ludicrous mode because it is fast. It's funny because after I drove this, I instantly started looking on Tesla and to see what was out there and see what I could afford, like with a lease payment or something like that. And I told myself I didn't want Autopilot because it like freaks me out. And here I am cruising down this road here at like 40 miles an hour and it's totally self-driving and it's super cool. I could find myself getting distracted though. Like part of me slightly wants to check my Instagram, see how many subscribers I have. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, take this brief Autopilot moment to like and subscribe to the video. Definitely comment below. You know, tell me what you think of the Model X. I do. It doesn't know what it's doing here. Doesn't know what it's doing. Oh, it's swerving. It's swerving. Okay, so here's what happened. There was a. Don't mind me. I'm not drunk. It's just my Autopilot. Okay. Auto steer is unavailable for the rest of the drive. Oh, okay. Okay. Auto steer unavailable. Hold steering wheel warning. Oh, okay. So it's not going to let me auto steer anymore because the warning was ignored multiple times by me. So now I must do what I must do and drive this thing fast. That's what I must do. Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God. Oh, 40 miles an hour has never felt so good. I'm not doing 40. But it's never felt so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, before we go, let's also talk about the suspension here. One neat thing that this thing does have regarding the suspension, so that I can't show you the auto drive anymore. If we come down here to this, we press this bad boy right here and we go to suspension, you can actually raise it up if you want to be like Kane Blake and lift the car up. Right there, you could like raise it on up to Alabama status so you could just drive off-road in the little... No, I don't recommend driving off-road in your $100,000 Tesla. Or you could lower it to very low, which is pretty neat as well. So it does have variable suspension as well. I think I'm going to go and wrap up the review. Is it worth it? Yes. Should you drive one before you knock it? Yes. Will I consider a Model 3 in the future? Probably. Pro tip for everybody out there that just wants a fast Tesla. If you can find one for about 40 grand, okay, 40 grand, that's affordable to people, okay, 40 grand, because remember, the Civic Type R is how much? $55,000 for a Civic. You could get a P85 Plus, P85D Plus, right, is that it? Yeah, P85D Plus, it's an older one, it's rear-wheel drive. But it has the motor in the back, and it has ludicrous mode on. Does it have ludicrous mode on it? Yeah! So it's a second faster than this 0 to 60. This thing 0 to 60, I think, is like 3.5 or something like that, which is by far the fastest thing I've ever driven with gull-wing doors. That's the only thing I've driven with gull-wing doors. I'm just kidding. No. But seriously, it's probably the fastest car that I've ever driven 0 to 60 by far. It also doesn't feel like it weighs 10 tons. You know, it's got all the batteries and stuff in it, but they're situated so low in the car that it really doesn't feel, I mean, you don't have like a whole lot of body roll. And because of the gull-wing doors, the car is just so stiff up top. I mean, it feels really good. So, like I said, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think of Teslas in general. Are they the future of cars? Are they going away? Or is the gasoline motor going the way of the dinosaur? Let me know. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.